Welcome back, dear listeners, to the English Proficiency Podcast. It truly fills me with immense enthusiasm to connect with you once more as we continue our incredibly valuable exploration into mastering English listening skills. We have journeyed through active listening, navigating accents, deciphering idioms, and adapting our strategies to various contexts. Today, we confront some of the most common yet conquerable challenges that often stand in the way of clear listening. Overcoming obstacles such as distracting noise, rapid speech, and frustrating vocabulary gaps.
Yes, Smith, and it is a topic that resonates deeply with so many learners. Imagine trying to understand a crucial message while surrounded by a cacophony of sounds, or perhaps a speaker talks at lightning speed, leaving you feeling utterly lost. And then there are those moments when an unfamiliar word simply stops you cold, does it not? These experiences can feel incredibly isolating and truly disheartening.
They absolutely can, Jamila. These are not merely minor inconveniences. They are significant barriers that can prevent effective communication and hinder progress in language acquisition. Our aim today is to equip you with powerful, actionable strategies to not only identify these obstacles, but more importantly, to confidently overcome them.
Indeed. Let us break down these common challenges one by one, starting with noise. Noise, in the context of listening, is anything that interferes with your ability to clearly hear and comprehend the spoken message. This can be literal background noise, but also other forms of interference.
Absolutely. We can think of noise in two main categories. Firstly, there is external noise. This is the literal physical sound around you. It could be traffic outside, chatter in a coffee shop, music playing, or even just the hum of electrical appliances. These sounds directly compete with the speaker's voice for your attention.
And secondly, there is internal noise. This is equally, if not more, insidious. Internal noise comprises your own distracting thoughts, worries, anxieties, or even physical discomfort. If you are worried about a pending deadline or distracted by self-doubt about your listening ability, your mind is not fully present, is it?
Precisely. Both types of noise demand your attention and diminish your cognitive resources for listening. So how do we begin to minimize or filter out these interferences? For external noise, the first step is often quite practical. Optimize your listening environment.
That is excellent advice. If you are able to, find a quiet space. Use noise-canceling headphones if you have them. Close windows to block street sounds. Even simple actions like moving closer to the speaker in a live setting can make a tremendous difference. Creating a tranquil auditory space is truly empowering.
When listening to recorded materials, leverage technology. Use volume controls wisely, and if available, utilize features that reduce background audio in the recording itself. Sometimes merely increasing the volume slightly can help clarify faint speech.
For internal noise, the strategies are more about mental preparation and mindfulness. Before a crucial listening task, take a few deep breaths. Practice the active listening techniques we explored in Episode 1, particularly those related to mental presence and focus.
That is vital. Consciously push distracting thoughts aside. Remind yourself that your current task is to listen and comprehend. If your mind wanders, gently guide it back to the speaker's voice. This mental discipline strengthens over time, much like a muscle.
Moving on to our next significant obstacle, speed. Many English language learners find fast native speech utterly overwhelming. Words seem to blur together, and entire sentences can become unintelligible. This can feel incredibly frustrating, leaving one with a sense of defeat.
It certainly can. There are several reasons why native speakers might speak quickly. Sometimes it's simply their natural pace, other times it's due to emotional excitement, the informal nature of the conversation, or the use of common phrases that are often uttered rapidly.
Yes, and also, phenomena like connected speech contribute significantly to the perception of speed. As we discussed in episode 4, sounds link, merge, or disappear at word boundaries, e.g., going to sounds like gonna. Did you sounds like did ya. This makes it harder to segment individual words.
This is why simply knowing vocabulary is often not enough. Your ear must be trained to recognize words within this continuous flowing stream of natural, rapid speech. So how do we conquer this challenge of speed? The first powerful strategy is gradual exposure and consistent practice.
Absolutely. Do not start with rapid-fire debates or fast-paced movies. Begin with materials that feature clear, moderate-speed speakers. As your comprehension improves, gradually introduce slightly faster content. This incremental approach prevents overwhelm and builds confidence steadily.
A highly effective technique is using audio speed adjustments. Many podcast players and video platforms allow you to reduce the playback speed. Start by listening at 0.75x or 0.8x. Once you feel comfortable, increase it to 0.9x, then eventually to natural speed. This trains your ear progressively.
This truly works wonders. It allows your brain more time to process the sounds, segment the words, and grasp the meaning without the immense pressure of full speed. After listening at a slower pace, try listening again at the natural speed to see your improvement.
Another strategy is focusing on rhythm and intonation rather than just individual words. Fast speech often maintains a consistent rhythm. Try to hear the melody of the sentence, the stressed words, and the intonation patterns. This helps you grasp the overall meaning even if you miss a few words.
And for connected speech specifically, practice listening for common reductions. Many online resources and pronunciation guides offer exercises on these. Actively listening for how phrases like would have become woulda, or kind of become kinda, will greatly improve your recognition in fast speech.
Moving to our third significant obstacle, vocabulary gaps. This is perhaps one of the most frustrating barriers, is it not, Jamila? You are listening intently, understanding perhaps 80 or 90%, but then one or two crucial unfamiliar words pop up, and suddenly the entire meaning of a sentence or even a whole idea becomes elusive.
Oh, it certainly is, Smith. That feeling of suddenly hitting a wall because of one word can be incredibly disheartening. It makes you feel as though your efforts are in vain. However, this is a completely normal part of language learning, and there are incredibly powerful strategies to manage it.
Absolutely. The first and most vital strategy is to infer meaning from context. This is your primary tool when encountering unfamiliar vocabulary in real-time listening. Do not immediately panic or stop listening. Instead, use the surrounding words, phrases, and the overall topic of the conversation to make an educated guess about the word's meaning.
Yes, this is crucial. Ask yourself, what is the general idea of the sentence? What kind of word would make sense here? Is it a noun, a verb, an adjective? Sometimes, even if you cannot pinpoint the exact definition, understanding the general positive or negative connotation of the word is enough to maintain comprehension.
For example, if a speaker says, "The new policy was controversial, leading to heated debates," even if you do not know controversial, the phrase heated debates strongly suggests a meaning related to disagreement or strong opposing views. The context gives it away.
Precisely. Our second strategy for vocabulary gaps is pre-learning and active vocabulary acquisition. While real-time inference is essential, proactive vocabulary building outside of listening practice is equally important. When you know you will be listening to a specific topic, try to pre-learn some key vocabulary related to it.
This is especially true for formal lectures or specific subject matter. If you are attending a presentation on sustainable energy, for instance, familiarizing yourself with terms like photovoltaic, geothermal, or carbon footprint beforehand will dramatically improve your comprehension during the actual event.
Absolutely. Before listening to a new podcast episode or watching a documentary, glance at the title or description. Brainstorm related vocabulary. This activates your existing knowledge and prepares your brain for what it is about to hear, making unfamiliar words less disruptive.
Our third strategy for vocabulary gaps is to prioritize and decide what to ignore. In fast, authentic speech, you simply cannot catch and understand every single word. Sometimes a missed word is not crucial to the main idea. Your goal is overall comprehension, not perfection.
This is very liberating. Learn to identify the main idea and key details, as we discussed in episode 3. If an unfamiliar word appears to be a minor detail and does not impede your understanding of the core message, sometimes it is best to simply acknowledge it as unknown and keep listening. You can always look it up later if you feel it was truly vital.
Fourthly, develop a systematic vocabulary capture method. When you do encounter new, important words that you infer or hear clearly but do not know, make a note of them after the listening session. This is where your active note-taking skills come into play again.
Do not just write down the word. Write down the sentence it was used in, its inferred meaning, and then its confirmed dictionary definition. This contextual learning helps you remember the word much more effectively than isolated memorization.
Finally, let us bring this all together with some overarching principles for persistence and holistic practice. Overcoming these listening obstacles, noise, speed, and vocabulary gaps is not an overnight process. It requires consistent effort, patience, and a positive mindset, as we discussed in our last episode.
Absolutely. Be patient with your progress. Each time you actively listen, you are training your ear, your brain, and your linguistic intuition. Celebrate every small victory, no matter how minor it seems. Understanding a new idiom, catching a fast phrase, or inferring a difficult word are all significant steps forward.
Diversify your listening materials. Deliberately seek out content with different accents, different speeds, and different levels of formality. The more varied your exposure, the more adaptable your ear will become to the vast landscape of global English.
Engage in active listening drills. Repeatedly listen to short, challenging segments. Use transcripts to verify your understanding. Practice shadowing to internalize rhythm and pronunciation. These focused exercises build your capacity to handle real-world challenges.
Remember, every time you face and conquer a listening obstacle, you're not just improving your English, you're building incredible resilience and confidence. These are invaluable life skills that extend far beyond language learning.
Your journey to becoming a truly masterful English listener is about growth, adaptation, and unwavering belief in your capabilities. Embrace the challenges, leverage the strategies, and celebrate every step of your progress.
Thank you, dear listeners, for joining us on this empowering episode of the English Proficiency Podcast. We truly hope these insights will equip you to confidently overcome any listening obstacle that comes your way.
Join us next time as we continue our language learning adventure. We have so much more to explore together, and we are eagerly anticipating it.
Until then, keep listening with purpose, keep practicing diligently, and keep growing your amazing English skills.
Farewell for now, everyone.